I was complaining about this in the last video because I redid my thumb, and I was saying how I have to smash my thumb down into the table, and I like that I can just come and rest my thumb on here. Hi, I'm Takiyah Louise. Thanks for clicking through to view this video, and welcome to my NailSprinkles channel. Today, I've got a haul, y'all, and it's from Attain Cosmetics. If you haven't seen my previous video on Attain Cosmetics, please check it out. I'll just briefly show you some of the items. I got some Swatch dots, their lamp, their hydration milk, their cleanser, their gel cleanser, their top coat that's tack-free, some nail wipes, the Attain Strength, the Attain Adhesion, which is their gel that you put onto the nail, and then this red color gel polish in the name of lipstick. And I also have a buffer and a file. Now, the buffer did not come with this particular starter kit, neither did the hydration milk, but everything else did. And in my previous video, I went in depth on all of the items and then even did a demo. So check that out if you haven't seen it. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put this to the side. And let's get into this box here. Now, I made this order on, let's see, when was it? July 11th, after she announced that she had a new kit coming out. And I watched the video thoroughly on her website, or on the YouTube channel for Attain Cosmetics. And then I was like, something in there caught my eye, and I was like, I have to get this kit. So I did, and then I was browsing the website, and I said, well, there's some other things that look pretty cool, and I wanted to get in on that too. So I bought 2 kits, and you're gonna see what I got. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this little cuticle fork here and open the box. So I purchased this on July 11th, and it got to me July 20th. And it's now a week later. I kind of let it sit, but I'm gonna go ahead and take off. I see my address in here already on the top, so I'm gonna go ahead and open this up and take out the packing slip, and then we'll get into it. Okay, so opening the box to continue. Got the air cushions. I've got some other things. I think I'm just going to go ahead and pull everything out of the box and then bring it over. That might be easiest. Actually, I changed my mind. We're just going to pull straight from the box. So I'm going to go ahead and push this box over to the side, and then we'll get going from there. So here we go, over to the side. First thing up that I got was their Attain Matte. And it's in the white color, and it's like a silicone matte. So let's go ahead and open this up. Sorry for the crinkles. If you're not into the sounds, I apologize. Sometimes I like the sounds, sometimes I don't. It just depends. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this taken out of here. And it's just a silicone matte. I don't know the measurements of it, but it has, let me see. It says Attain right there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put this down in my table space, and that looks really good. And then, so what I purchased was the gel extension kit, which is like their hard gel system. And then I purchased their color kit. So I don't know what's coming out of the box first, so it's kind of I'll let you know what was in what, but we'll go from there. So first purchased this Attain matte, or excuse me, this Attain buffer, and it's an 8100, or not buffer, nail file. It's an 8100, and it just says Attain emery file on it. So I have that. And then let me go ahead and put this on this side because it's blocking my light. I don't know. I can't see. I can't decide on how I want to get situated. Troubles. Anyway. Okay, and then this is their Attain spatula, and it came out of the, this is for the color kit, I believe. Let me see if I can find my scissors and we'll take a look at it. And it's just a metal, pretty sturdy, metal spatula thing with like a little kind of rounded end, and then also the like square end for like stirring and like mixing up your colors. So there's that. Some more bubble stuff. And I did purchase separately a couple of colors. Oh, I know what that is. Let's see here. Okay, get that out of the way so it's not blocking my shadow. Okay, so then I believe this is probably the individual color that I purchased. We will see. And they double bubble wrapped it, so that's safe. Oh, this is not a color. This is their nail art palette. Let's see. And it is glass, and it's got a nice weight to it. So it's the Attain nail art palette. I'm gonna slice this open. And it's pretty thick too. Nice glass. So that's a good size, and it sits up higher off the table too, so that's nice. And then we'll do this in a second. And then also from the, let me put this the right way up. From the kits, so the custom color kit came with 2 brushes, and then the other kit came with, the hard gel kit came with a brush. So let's go ahead and take a look at the brushes. Now this one doesn't say what it is on the container, but one of them does. So let's take a look here. So this is, oh, that looks nice. It's just like a brush, and it's got like a nice rounded edge. So that would be good for like getting around the cuticle area. So that's nice. And then it has a lid that stays on securely at the back when you're using it, and it snaps nicely to seal too. So there's that brush. And then this one says that it is the Attain Nail Art Brush. Again, the other 2 cases don't have a name on them. But let's take a look at this. Wow, that is really fine. Let's see if you can take a look. Look how skinny that is, and it's really got a nice point on it. So that would be good for like some detailed line work, which I'm going to be practicing because I'm not very good at it. But this is, look how skinny that is. Just so pointy. That's nice. So we have that. I'm just really excited to get into this kit because these are my natural nails, but I've had some problems with them. Like I've been using the system for a while, and this is the growth from February, and it's the end of July right now. If you haven't seen any of my other shorts, I have been basically plagued with brittle snapping nails, and I do have a couple of breaks right now. Like right now, this one is broken. So I will be repairing that with the hard gel kit. I did put the Attain Strength on it a couple nights ago because I'm not ready to lose the length. And this kit comes with something that's interesting that I could probably use in addition to trying to repair it, but I'm going to try to repair it first. But yeah, these are my natural nails, and this is what I'm working with. And then yesterday, as I was doing laundry, I split this one right there and then over on the side here. So my nails have some work to do, And then this brush, again, didn't have anything on it, but I think it might be just a repeat. Yes, it's a repeat of this brush. So I have 2 of these now, which is nice. So one came with the color kit, and then the other came in with the hard gel kit, and they're just, you know, like mixed together. So then, let's see here. I'll save that one for last. I'm gonna open this up here. We've got some gel polishes. And I apologize if this is a little bit confusing because I'm just opening the box like at random, but this is just like a true unboxing, like first impressions and everything. So that's just how it's gonna be. So this is nice and securely packed with the bubble wrap and then the different colors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is the color kit. And I will take the colors out. So this one is Glamour, and it's a red color, not to be confused with their lipstick color. And I will take off the wrappings in a little bit, but this one seems to be a little more, I don't know. You can just tell it's like a little more berry, and this one's like a little more vibrant red. But we'll get to take a look at these when I swatch them in just a moment. So we've got that. And then this one is called Meadow. And I remembered that because I'm like green meadow. And then here we have Stark, which is their white. And then this one, the blue, such a pretty blue, is Prestige. Prestige? Yeah, Prestige. Okay, so, and then this one here, nice sunny yellow here, Sunshine, oh, fitting, there we go. And then this one is Pitch, so it's their black. So I'll just go ahead and do that. Like this. So those are the colors from the color kit. And this here is recipe cards, because something that's unique about her kit is that you can mix them together, the different colors, and to create your own individual custom color. And she created these recipe cards so that you would be able to remember how you made your individual color. So you would put your color drop there, and then like the quantity of like how many of whatever you put in, and then it says hex code and color name here. That's because her bottles are unique in the fact that it says like Attain Color, Glamour, and then ATN, but this smaller number here, and I don't have my glasses on so I can't exactly see it, but you can see it there. This middle number here before the C, that is the hex code for like the color. So every color has like an individual code, and you basically can go in and match colors to different things and stuff like that. And then I did watch a video recently of her saying that she had mentioned that there were like color combination websites, so you can put a hex code in of one color, like particularly like this red, and then I put the hex color in for the yellow, and then it would mix together and give you like the custom color for those two individual hex codes. So I thought that was pretty cool. So there's that. And then what's in this box? Okay, so here, also a part of the color kit, you get another Attain adhesion, and this is like their base and builder, I believe is what they were referring to it as, and then the Shine tack free top coat. And let me look at this. Cure an LED UV lamp for 1 minute. Cleanse nail thoroughly after curing. Yeah, it still says it on there. Even though it says tack-free, it does mention to cure it, which I do anyway, but I was thrown off by that in the last video. And then I got the Attain matte top coat, which was a top coat that I did not originally get in the starter kit, even though it came with it. I just didn't get it in my box. And I was okay with that because it was such a long time by the time that I realized I didn't have it that I didn't even bother telling them about it. And then this one is called Vellum. And this is their milky white. And I don't know if you can tell the difference because my lights are pretty bright, but let me see. Like the one on the right just has a little bit of a shadow to it. And then the one on the left is stark. That's the true white. And then there's this message on here that says unique formula. Our color gels are a lot thicker than traditional gel polish, so they can be used for detailed art and full color. Remove excess from brush and apply in thin coats for best results and cure 60 seconds. So that's what that says. So when they mentioned that their colors are thicker, there was a term that was used and it was called thixotropic. And that is basically, and I heard the word like twice and I'm just trying to remember. It's basically a thicker substance. For instance, this gel polish is thicker at rest. And then as you start moving it around, for instance, as you're putting it on the nail or drawing with it or something, it becomes more fluid, more liquid, and easier to flow and move around. So that's something to keep in mind. And we will be getting into swatching these on the Swatch dots in just a minute. But now we're getting into the thing that made me make the purchase, and that is the gel extension kit. So the first thing that originally caught my eye was the fact that she came out with her own primer, because in my original video, I told you guys that I had been using the peel off base, and that worked a little too well for me. I thought I had some examples of it peeling off. It peeled off whole, and I had used the Jello as well as the Yoga Zombie on different occasions. Let me see, this one's in here a little tight. This is the Attain Grip, and it's their acid-free primer. And it says, apply very sparingly to a properly prepared and cleansed nail. I gotta go get my glasses, just a second. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry if there's a glare in the glasses, but I just really need to be able to see. So this is the Attain Grip, and it says apply very sparingly to a properly prepared and cleansed nail. Allowed to air dry completely. The surface will remain slightly tacky to promote adhesion. Avoid contact with skin, lint, hair, or other materials before gel application. So that's what that looks like. And then I'll put that down here. And then the next thing is, and maybe I should put gloves on as I open this up. Let me do that, because anything can happen, and I don't want to get gel on my hands. And I really need to repair this because I can just feel it flexing. Okay, so this here is what I really wanted, and it's the Attain Strength Hard Gel Clear. And it says, apply Attain Grip to a cleansed and prepped nail, allow to dry, Then follow with Attain Strength Hard Gel Application, cure an LED UV lamp for 60 seconds, cleanse as needed to remove inhibition layer after curing, and then it has the ingredients in there. And one thing about Attain Cosmetics is the fact that they don't rely on like small molecule monomers like HEMA, and their products are made are oligomer based, which are basically molecules that are more strung together. And I put an example in my last video, and I'll do it the same as well. You know, I'm not quite sure about how to include like items from other people's videos or content, so I definitely gave credit to Attain Cosmetics, and I give credit to them for any of their like pictures or slides or anything that I use, but I wanted to be able to accurately depict the information because this is still very new to me as a DIY person. But this is the hard gel clear. And I'm just gonna set this here. And in the video that I watched of hers, and I'm gonna get a different little tool here so that I don't contaminate my box opening tool. Now, she had taken the jar and basically like ripped the, what is this? The foil halfway, but I feel like I am very clumsy. And if this gel were to spill at all anywhere, I would be very disappointed. So even with like my hard gel and my other builder gels that I've had, I've just made like a little X in the middle and then kind of tucked it. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. And that just prevents it from having the lid completely open and exposed and everything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do this gently. So that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to do it this way. And then this way. And then I'm going to I'll clean that off in just a moment. Take this little stick here and tuck it. And that just keeps things a little bit cleaner for me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set that there. And then, I mean, we won't be able to see directly in the jar, but it is a clear gel. Let's see if I take one of the brushes here. Will this be a big enough opening for me? I think so. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of put some on the brush and lift it so we can kind of see the viscosity and the pull. And that's what it looks like. Let me see if I can get a better shot. So it's moving. It's moving, but it's slower. And then I'm just going to show you in the top shot as well. That's not very as good. But yeah, so this is the hard gel. And just gonna set this back here. And then I'm gonna put the lid on immediately. So another thing that kit was cool about this kit is you've probably seen these going around. It's the, what are they called? Well, maybe it says on the box. Yeah. Sandwich nail forms. So she came up with some sandwich nail forms. And again, there's going to be a little crinkle, so I apologize. Let's see, how do we open this? And I'm just going to put this here. So I've got the gloves on now, so you can't like see it on my nail, but these are the sandwich forms. And let me see if I can get a piece of paper that'll show it better. So it looks like this. Now this is the bottom form. And then, oh no, is that the top? Let me see. No, that's the bottom. Okay, so this would be the top form. And then this is the bottom. So then you would just basically put this to the underside of your nail and then cure it so it stays on there. And then you would put gel on the underside of this one. Oh, I'm out of focus. On the underside of this one, and then just put it on, and then it becomes like one nail, and then you put it in the lamp, and then you peel this off, and then you have your nail already set for you. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I will definitely try that once I'm actually going to try it when I repair my thumbs, because these nails, my other nails are much longer, and I want to be able to do like some French tips or something, and I don't want to have two short thumbs, because I had two accidents with them, and this one I ripped off impulsively, and this one just kind of chipped a little and I cut it down. So I want to extend these so that I can have matching length. So I will be using this. And then let's see, can we put that right there? And then, oh, it looks like also more swatch dots came in the kit. So that's going to be handy. And then I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way. And then I will show you this next item that I think is very, very cool. So I will be right back. I'm going to take all the plastic off of these so we can come back and do swatches as well. So I'll be right back. Okay, I just wanted to show an overview of everything that I got in both kits. This was vellum. I paid for this separately. The matte top coat I paid for separately, as well as this file I paid for separately. They do have the kit that comes, the color kit that comes with the lamp for $1.99, but without the lamp, because I already purchased it with my previous kit, it was $1.49. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you what was included in the individual kits. So for the gel extension kit, it had this riser, which I'll show you in just a second. I just filmed a video showing how to put it together. It came with the grip primer, the hard gel, this brush to apply the hard gel, and then these sandwich dual forms, which this would just be like the top version, and you would just take it and put it under the lamp like that to flash cure it, which I think is pretty cool. I'll show you in more detail in a second. And then for the color kit, you got white, black, red, yellow, blue, green, the swatch dots, adhesion and shine, as well as the application brush, the liner brush, the spatula, the glass, very nice glass, what do you call this? Palette. It's got a nice thickness to it. Let's put it over that so you can see how thick it is. That's got a nice thickness to it and a good weight. So that came with it. And then, oops. And then these recipe cards that are pretty unique, because with this kit, the whole purpose is to mix your own colors, and so you don't get mixed up on what you've done and you can refer back to it. So it has this recipe card in a couple different styles. This is the orange one, says Attain on the back. Got this one, just a little bit different, and they just have a little bit different colorway on each one. And I believe there are 12 of these. So I'm going to go ahead and push these off to the side really quickly so that we can take a look at how this lamp works. And I'm just going to grab one of these again really quickly. And then we're going to swatch the colors as well. So let me move these things, pardon my reach. Okay, and then I don't need these over here. So This is the Attain lamp. It's a mini lamp, but it is a full cure lamp. And in order for gel to cure, it has to be between 365 to 400 and 405 nanometers. And I believe this one is in the range of 400 to 405. I'm not exactly sure, but it is in the upper range. And I can refer back to a clip from their video to make sure that I give you the accurate information. But honestly, as I said in my first video, the most accurate place to get the information about all of their products, tools, as well as gels is from the Attain Cosmetics YouTube channel. They share so much information there about their brand, and it's founded and run by Liz Morris, who also has a channel called The Nail Hub, where she gives a lot of nail education and has been doing it for a long time. So I refer back to that whenever I have a question on something. I will search it, and no doubt she'll come up with an answer. So I find her very, very helpful. And I think she just seems like a really neat lady. So this is the Attain riser. It's clear. So let me see, do I have anything that can block? No. Let's see if this will work. So this is what it looks like. And I believe there's a film on here that I'll peel off at a later time, or maybe I won't, I don't know. But you can see here that it says Attain at the bottom, and then it has the top here where you can put the cord from the lamp. And then what's unique about it is that it has these little twisty screws here, so you can maneuver it just a bit to your liking. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of tilt this in a weird position. Like that. Obviously you probably wouldn't want to have your lamp sitting like that, but I guess you could if you wanted to. And then make sure you don't have any gel in the way, and then hit the button, and then maybe do a flash cure that way. But this is just like a wild way to do it. So obviously you would maybe set it like this. And again, make sure there's no gel in the way. And then hit your button. And then do your dual form or your press on or your Gel X or whatever gel nail, and hold it until it's ready to go. And then you would come into the lamp. I was complaining about this in the last video because I redid my thumb, and I was saying how I have to smash my thumb down into the table. And I like that I can just come and rest my thumb on here and just kind of hold it in place. So that's one of the main reasons that I went ahead and purchased this kit. So I'm like, I don't have to smash my thumb down or pull it all the way to the table, especially with recording videos, then you wouldn't be able to see the shot. But this is handy, so I like that. So that is the Attain lamp stand, and then the lamp itself. So I'm going to go ahead and set this over here, and then let's swatch some colors. I don't know if I said, but I paid for the matte top coat separately too as well. So I've already swatched the first color that I ever received from them, and it was called Lipstick. Let's see if you can see that. And it's this red here. So what I want to do now is I'm going to take this off the riser because it doesn't need to be there, just so that way when I put the swatch dots in, it's going to be able to be out of the way of the light of the gels. So what I'm going to do now, since it's going to be next to each other on the swatch dot, I want to swatch this one. And this is called Glamour. And it's another really pretty red. I'm partial to reds. My grandmother used to wear red nail polish, and it's just a memory that I have from childhood, is her painting her nails sometimes. So I always like seeing red nail polish. So this one here, I'm painting it on. And I can't really tell the difference between the two. Can you? I don't know. But I'm going to get my little, well, I guess I can just flash it in here real quick to just put the color on. But let's look at this a little closer. Like, can you tell the difference between these reds? This one on the left is Lipstick, and this one on the right is Glamour. As I look at them, I feel like Glamour has like a little more, I don't know, like a berry tone, and this one is like more of like a true bright red. I don't know. We'll have to see when it comes out. But we're just going to flash it for a second, and then we're going to go on and do the other ones. Now this one is called Vellum, and this is their Milky White. Let's take a look. And I might need to mix this up a little bit, but this is what it looks like. And let's just go ahead and put some on. And then I will put it over the black so we can see what it really looks like. Flash that. And the thing, I actually, when I was taking the plastic off the bottle and I was going like this, I actually scraped the lid when I came down this way. So that's a little disappointing, but I mean, it's what's inside the bottle that matters to me the most. And then this one here is Stark, and it's their white. And then I think I might have already mentioned this, but their polishes are thicker by design so that you can do your nail art as well as your full coverage. And they are thixotropic, and that means that when they are like still or at rest, they're thicker. And then as you move them, like with, what is that? As you move them with like painting and drawing and doing things of that nature, it becomes more fluid. I'm noticing that I have the Attain matte down. Let's see, can you see? I have the Attain. Oh, we're going out of focus. Is it going to come back? Let me put my hands here, see if it'll focus. Uh-oh, we're slipping. Okay, you see I have the Attain matte down, and I'm noticing that it's a silicone matte. I'm noticing just like little fuzzes and hairs on it, so that it's going to protect my table, but that's going to be a little annoying on a white background to me. Okay, and then here is Pitch, and that is their black. And I'll show you how it's just a bit thicker. And I'm just going to do one coat on the swatch shots just to show us. And then I'll probably go back with the second one and then put it on the bottle, and then you can see. And then it's important to do thin coats, especially with the black, so we can get it to cure all the way through. And that looks nice. And then this yellow here is called Sunshine. And let's take a look at it. Oh, that is beautiful. I just imagine happy face nails. So I might have to do that. That's just gorgeous. Let's go ahead and paint it on. And we're gonna come over to the other side here. So that's nice. And I've used the, I like the consistency and the formula of the polishes. Obviously, I only had lipstick for the longest time, as you just saw me unbox the rest of these items, but I've worn it a couple times, like when my nails were shorter, and it's just like such a punchy red that it's just very beautiful, and I enjoyed wearing it. And then this here is their color called Prestige, and it is a blue. And let's open that up. Looking like that. And let me get my hand situated. We're gonna paint some on. Oh, that's a lot. And one thing about them is these bottles are filled like to the brim. So as you just saw, I just took some polish off and put it back in the bottle, and that helps to make it so, because I don't know if you can see that bulb there, but it's got runoff from the stem of the brush. So definitely wipe that before it gets everywhere. At least I have to, because I am clumsy and I don't want to make a mess. And then this one here is the last color that I have. And they have a variety of other colors on their website, but I was most drawn to this color kit because this is the primary colors plus white and black. So it allows you to mix your own individual colors, and we can see about doing that in just a second. So here's the green. And again, this is Meadow. I don't know if I showed you the bottle. Meadow. So let's paint with this. And I think I want to try to make a purple color because I love purple. And I've noticed a lot of people in the nail community like purple too. So I think that's funny. But I'm going to go ahead and do the cure on that one. So these are the gels. Aside from this one and this one, this is what comes in the color kit. So it looks like that. The color kit is this, plus this, plus this, and these. So not the lamp. Well, you can buy the lamp, but it's like $50 more. So basically it would be like this, this, or just this and this. So I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and let this finish curing, and then I will do a second coat on them, and then I'm going to pop them on the bottle so we can see them from the top. Okay, so I went ahead and put the swatch dots on top of all of the colors, and you're going to see here that these reds, again, I can't really tell the difference. Can you? This one here is lipstick, and this one here is glamour. From the swatch dot, I can't tell the difference, and it's just like so very subtle that this one is different from this one, but I can't tell exactly in what way. So they're both reds to me, and I guess I'll be using them interchangeably. So what I'm going to do now is make a purple color. And we're just going to use, since it came in the kit together, we're going to use Glamour. So let's get some of that. And we're just going to do just like a little sample. So we'll take one little squish of Glamour, and then we'll take the Prestige, and then do a little squish of that. And then do I want to use the brush or the palette? I don't think there's enough for me to like mix around on the palette, so I think I'm just going to use these little Q-tip, these little, I keep calling them Q-tips, but they're not Q-tips. They are like cleanup sticks. So let's just go ahead and mix these together and see what we get. All right, and it's turning very dark. A very dark purple, like almost like a, let me see if I can lift this up without spilling. It's just, this is probably going to be my favorite thing to do, is just mix up random colors. So let's put it on this. Oh, I forgot to put the vellum on there, but this is what vellum looks like, which is the milky white. So let's slide that down so you can see in comparison to the regular white. So you can tell the difference on these two. This one's just like smoky and this one is like opaque. But let's take this little bit here. And then I'm going to scoop some up from with the brush. Oop, the lid just popped off. Let me put that on. Does it go on? Yeah. We'll just take a little, and the brush is a little stiff because it's brand new, so it hasn't been broken in or cleaned off yet. But I just want to just sample the color that I just made. And that is so pretty. If you see that. And let's take it a little step further and let's put some white down so we can make like a pastel or light purple. And let's do a good scoop of it. And there is a scent to it, but it's not too overpowering, which I like because there have been a couple of polishes that I've purchased from other websites and I got them home and I got them open, and just the whiff of the scent of the polish, I was like, I can't put that on my body in good faith because it just smelled so like hot molten metal. But this just smells just like a regular gel polish, so it's not offensive. And then we're making like a dusky purple color, mixing some of that red back in. This is going to be so much fun. Okay, so let's paint next to it. And as I work with the polish, I can tell that it is thicker to begin with, but you can see how as I'm painting with it, let me see, is it going to focus? You can see how as I'm painting with it, it's like leveling out nicely and smoothing out nicely. So that's cool. And then what else can we do with this? I don't know, what does purple and yellow make? Would that be like brown? Let's find out. And then this will be the last one. So let's just get a dollop of that. I really don't know what color purple and yellow makes, but we're gonna find out. All right, let's go. Just mix it right in the middle. It's kind of like a nude tan color, like a purpley nudish color. Let's put more yellow in it just because. I'm trying to be very careful not to contaminate the colors together. But let's scrape that on in there and mix it up. I think I just created a nude. That's wild. I'm gonna mix it a little more. Then paint it. So let's see how this goes. I don't want to get it on my glove. Oh, wow. If I mix it like a little more, Like I can see, I don't know if you can see here, how it has like, you can see like just little faint strains of the yellow. But if you mix it up a little bit more, you would see the bleed between the purple and the yellow, and it would just look like a nice little nude color. Don't go. Okay, so those are the 3 colors that we mixed up with red, which is glamour, blue, which is prestige, white, which is stark, and then yellow, sunshine. So we've got a dark purple, which was the red and blue, lighter purple, which was the red, blue, and white, and then the red, blue, white, and yellow made this nudist shade, which is very, very cool. And I'm gonna just pop these in the lamp so I can get them dry. And that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Anything you do is greatly appreciated. Share this video to spread the nail love. Be sure to come back because I've got a lot of things coming up, hauls and some nail art planned. So it's going to be a real fun time around here. So until the next video, stay sweet out there. Bye.